All right, anyway, this is just a quick video here. It's not on really any subject. It's just a reminder to anyone that watches my channel or to anyone, really. We need to remember that words are just words. Venting is just venting. I would tell everybody, take my words with a grain of salt. Don't ever take anything I say too serious. Don't ever take life too serious. I simply use this outlet as an outlet to express myself, to get on here and to let it be known what I'm going through and how I'm really feeling and what's going on in my life. I don't use this for any other reason than that. And like when I say don't take me too seriously, the things that I say are for my life and my life alone. It's not for anybody else to take what I'm saying too seriously or to actually live or do anything that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And this is just, we get so caught up on words and we get so caught up on, I don't know, we just get so caught up on a lot of stuff in our lives, and this thing is kind of like one day at a time. If anyone feels like they need to maybe be with someone else and talk with someone else, then maybe that's what that person needs to do for themselves. If someone wants to be alone and they don't want to mess with anybody, then that's what someone needs to do for themselves that day. If we're forcing people to do or to be something or to do things that they don't want to do, we're going to realize soon enough that it was never meant for us in the first place. And to be able to discern the difference between these two things is, a lot of people may not see it how I see it, but that's okay. Everyone has their own way of seeing things. But here's what I would say. On my channel, I am not trying to bring anybody down. I'm not trying to get anybody depressed. I'm not trying to make anyone do anything with their lives that is a downward motion or is doing something to make them feel bad. Then, on the other hand, I am not doing anything to bring people up and put people on a pedestal or say that someone's better than or more than, or there's a time to say that. If you're in a friendly competition and the judges like your beat more than the other guy's beat, say that you made a beat, hey, say that you made a beat that was better than someone, then okay, you might win first place and the other guy might get second or third. See, when we're talking about real life here, there is no first place or second place or third place. There is no place. Now, that's what I think. I don't know how other people view life, if they think that they're getting ahead or they're falling behind. I'm going through a stage right now, and I don't even want to call it a stage. I'm just seeing more and more that there is no getting ahead and there is no falling behind. There's either or. And this is someone like me. I am the neutral guy. I am kind of the equalizer. And I'm not talking about Denzel Washington equalizer. I'm the balance, the scale of life. That's what I am. I've always been the middleman in everything that I did. And the way that I see it for myself, I see it like everyone is still picking sides. Everyone is still saying that maybe we should be doing this thing and not this thing. This thing is the way to go, but this thing you should maybe stay away from because I don't think that's for you. And like I said before, this all comes down to an individual's mind state, the way that they are thinking for themselves. This has nothing to do with what another person has to say about another person. Because if that's what we're going by, then we're letting someone else tell us how we should be. Then we're listening to another person tell us how to live our lives and what the decisions to make. And this is all a part of the control that a lot of us, we think we need this control and that we need to tell people these types of things. And even I kind of catch myself doing this sometimes. But I am never going to tell another person what to do, how to do, when to do. If you do this, then this is going to happen. If you go over there, then you might get in this situation. I don't ever do that with people. I let people be what they are. I am not trying to save anyone. I am not trying to hurt anyone. I am not trying to bring you down, and I am not trying to put you on a pedestal. Because if I do that, then sooner or later, I'm going to be the one that is the blame, is the fault for someone that may have felt, and I'm just saying this for everybody. This is for everyone. We might think that the person that said something, oh, they brought us down. No, we didn't have to listen to that person. We take people's words for a grain of salt. Don't take anything literally. Now, other people may want you to perceive their channel as something like that. My channel, I don't want. And I say I don't want, but I'm going to say it like this. I am not trying to get anyone to make a decision based on what I am saying for themselves. I am simply talking about what I'm going through, what's happening with me. And if every one of us could do this, then what? And this is why, through circumstances and through things that happened in my life, there was a time where I didn't want nothing to do with cell phones. I didn't want anything to do with any kind of YouTube, internet, people talking on phones, all these things, all these social platform things. There was a time where I didn't want anything to do with these things. but there was a reason that I didn't want anything to do with them. And the reason I get on here and I am on YouTube and, I put Instagram at the bottom of my thing. I'm not hardly on there right now. There may be a time that I am. The only reason that I am on here is to simply vent, is to simply say a couple words, is to simply play the game of life. This is all a game, so play it. And where I find myself right now, that's what I speak about. That's what I talk about. I'm not forcing anything. I'm not trying to make something seem like something it's not. I'm just simply being myself on here. It doesn't have anything to do with bringing people up or bringing people down or when I say something, I'm trying to get someone to do what I'm doing or to live the way that I'm living. It's nothing like that with me. It's nothing like that with me. If anyone sees me as anything, even with no judgment at all, I'm just neutral Nate. That's another one of my nicknames that I have, Neutral Nate. Neither Either is another one of my nicknames that I gave myself. I give myself these nicknames all the time. And I'm like the Papa Midnight in Constantine. I am not for, like I said, I'm not going to get into that aspect of it, but I am not for the quote bad people, and I'm not for the quote good people. And I'm not even looking at it in terms like that no more. I'm not looking at people as bad or good. I'm not looking at people like one is right and the other is wrong anymore. I'm not looking at things like that. And see, a lot of us, I think, when we get on these, we're looking to either blame somebody, to maybe point a finger, or we're looking to praise someone and say, oh, I like you, and you are better than this other guy that does videos. I relate to you more. And see that, listen, it's cool if people just relate to somebody. But when someone like me starts saying, I relate more to this person, I identify more with this person, I like this person a lot more, then I'm starting to label things again. I'm getting back into this thing where I am being picking and choosing. I'm being picky and I'm choosing and I'm saying that I have to kind of be aware of who I'm messing with, or all these things that come about from actually judging the situation. And when I get on here, it has nothing to do with me doing any of that. I am just simply talking. I'm simply spewing words out of my mouth. I am simply saying whatever I feel for that day, however I feel when I wake up, and whatever's on my mind, that's what I'm going to talk about. It has nothing to do with all these other things that people may think that it has something to do with. And a lot of us, we will learn this over time. It takes time for some people to understand why certain people are loners and why some people are having these dilemmas in their life and why some people choose to do something that you ask the question, why did they choose to do this thing? See, what we're doing when we do that, we're judging the situation and we're judging the person and we're judging the outcome of what we think that person should do because we think that they should do it. And I do it too. I'm guilty of that too, but that's not really what I'm getting at in this video. It's just these platforms should be used for people to talk about things they need to talk about when they are by themselves and there's not other people around. So that people that are by themselves too can listen to this when they're by themselves. And it should be something where if you're drawing a picture or you're doing anything, you can just record it and upload it. Simply do that. It should be an artist's platform. It should be a loner's platform. It should be a person's platform that is simply showcasing and genuinely putting themselves out. If it's about anything else, I don't care for it. If it's about how to get rich, I don't care for it. If it's about 10 steps to 10 ways to do this to get better, I don't want nothing to do with it. 5 ways to improve yourself, I don't want nothing to do with it. Because that is just another person trying to tell me how to do my life, how to live my life, and how to be myself. And I already said before, this whole thing with improvement and us thinking that we have to improve our lives and thinking that when we were born that we were bad people and we were sinners and all this other stuff, that doesn't float with me. With me, it doesn't. Because when we were born to be the people that we were born to be. There was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong in terms of the way you are or the things you think. Now, when we're talking about wrong in the other way, like, okay, a baby might have been born with cancer or a malfunction or a disformity, or they might have been born retarded. That was no fault of their own. But still, they don't have to fix anything. They were born the way they were born, and these things happen. It's natural. And I know it sucks if you're born with some kind of cancer and stuff like that. I understand that. But what I'm talking about, people that are average people that are born like me, that are born and you don't have a disformity or anything like that. People that can live their own lives. You already are what you are. And those people with the disformities and the mental retardation, they are who they are. They just need someone to maybe help them do certain things that they do. But you notice how they call them special because they're different. They're different. They're not like us. But that, I don't think that we should call them special. I think that we should call them a human being. It's just they happen to come out with some kind of birth defect or something that no one has no control over. It happened, and that's the way that it happened. So what? Let's get over it. If the person is not in pain, if the mentally retarded person or the person that has a defect or something is not in pain, then let that person be like that person is. There's no need to try to make them better and all this stuff. It's lunacy to me. It's complete lunacy, in my opinion, when we start 10 ways to increase your stamina. Nobody has to tell you how to do that. If you are feeling shitty, then maybe you should go take a walk. It's common sense stuff. We don't need these things to tell us. We don't need people to motivate us. See, some people would see this as a motivational video. And it's not motivation. It's just me simply getting on here and playing the game of life and expressing myself. And the times that I do get lonely and the times that I get the efforts, I talk about it and I let it be known. And that's what gets me through. And through circumstances in life, I used to be the guy that was the approacher. I used to approach everybody. I used to go to people's houses. I used to follow people around. I used to be this nice, friendly guy. And see, a lot of people don't understand why someone like me became like I am. Speaking for myself, I would rather not be around most people anymore because all they bring with them is drama. Most people, I'm not talking about all people here. Most people bring drama with them. Most people bring their baggage. They bring all of these expectations and all of their stuff that they still haven't learned for themselves onto another person. And see, this is why I said I would rather be alone. I would rather walk this path by myself. Now, I would rather do that. Things could change some time from now, but I don't know that. And I'm not worrying about it. I'm not thinking about it. I don't care. That's what I meant in the video the other day. Not caring, not giving a shit is freedom. Don't give a shit. Take my words with a grain of salt. Take words with a grain of salt. Play the game of life because it's all a game. That's all it is. It ain't no different than playing Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Genesis. It's no different. We are just something that is in action. We're something that's moving and grooving, and we're going to our own rhythm. Well, most of the time, we're going to our own rhythm, and that's the way that it is. And when we start trying to get people to see what we see, and we start blaming others for what we're doing in our lives, and we're saying we're having an expectation for what others should do, all that you're doing is you're reflecting that onto them, but actually it's you looking back at yourself. It's us looking back at ourselves. When we start speaking out what we're speaking out, that means that there's something going on with us. It's all our own reflection coming back onto us. And this is why when I do this, I'm reflecting on me. And I know that I'm responsible for myself. Only I can make my own decisions. I'm just going to say what I say for me. It doesn't have to, I don't have to make this about anything else. I don't have to judge the situation. I don't have to have an expectation of something. I'm simply just being myself. That's all there is to it. And then we talk about liking and disliking. Oh, I love or I hate this thing. It's like so many of us are doing this on a daily basis. We're still into this kind of picking and choosing thing. How many of us are on the fence of our own lives, kind of looking at both sides of the situation? Because I'm not going to force myself to do anything. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to be what I'm not. I just came to that conclusion in my life that I'm not going to do that no more. You know, it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. I simply take all this for a grain of salt. Words are words. People are moving around. Tetrahedrons are moving, and cells and DNA and organisms, and all of this is just going. It's just going. It's like the movies we watch. It's just going. We're watching them and it's going. We might be watching this video and it's going. We may be thinking in our mind and judging the situation, but it's going. And it's always now and here. But yet so many of us are still judging the situation. We're still having an expectation of the situation. And I would just tell people, look at it like life is a game. Play the game. And when you don't want to play, then don't play. So anyway, stay up, stay low, resonate. See, when I say that, that's the contradiction that I'm talking about. I say stay up, stay low, resonate. But what I'm actually saying is see both sides for what it is. Don't pick and choose either or. Don't stay on the side of one thing, because then you're going to find yourself getting caught up on the one. And that's how easy it happens. That's how simple it is to get distracted with what's going on in our own lives. That's how easy it is to get distracted by things. So, anyway, thanks for watching. All donations are highly appreciated. They really help. And do whatever it is that you do. Later.